Oh, you're on.
Oh, I am. Not yet. All right. Good morning. All right, guys. Sorry, a little bit late this morning. An hour late. Moving into the afternoon time slot there in the Maritimes. A little bit later in the morning. Apologize for that. I've been on. Well, first off, I want to say thank you so much to Meredith Franklin yesterday for sharing all about challenges, and so happy that she was able to do that. Obviously, she tapped into a lot of stuff from other leaders, just the collaborative status, but was so glad for Meredith to share. So just to clue you guys in, I was on a all-day Zoom yesterday. I was on about a 4.5, 5 hour Zoom this morning already. And so that's why I wasn't able to be with you. Working on a really exciting project that you guys actually have been a part of, and a part of, learning, kind of leadership, and learning with Kelly and I as we've learned. And that provided an opportunity for me to be engaged in actually a project coming out next year. So you guys will learn more about that. And yes, Sherry, so thankful for Meredith. Guys, give her extra kudos for sharing, because what she's done there. And I loved how she shared with what Barbie put together, because obviously going back challenges Barbie. Okay. Barbie has done Barbie Erickson, and how it's really created a community and all those great things, and love to see it. So kind of some of the things I want to talk to you guys about this morning. I'll get to some news. I know I talked to you about that. And hello, good morning. Thank you for saying hi, Debbie, Julie, Sherry, Allison. Yes, good morning. Oh my goodness. So
She's whining.
I have my assistant, my daughter. There's a hand. That's what you get. And then this little spunky punk who's been with me for the last 5.5 hours. Anyways, and she's growing. She's getting heavier. What wanted to talk to you guys about is staying strong, and really, staying with it. And I think one of the things is a community. I want to, really be, kind of a catalyst for is encouraging each other. Encouraging each other that, maybe when times are tough, maybe when, you're maybe not getting responses from people, because let's be honest, right now, I think there's a lot of flux our world is in. Are we going back into quarantine? Are we not, are we progressing as normal? Everyone's a little different. I was supposed to be in Atlanta the last 2 days, chose not to because of flights, everything else. Had a friend send me a message and said, hey, can I even get out? Here in the state of Washington, they're talking about, reducing us back to what we call phase 1, where we've been in phase 2. And so why I bring that up this morning is I really want to encourage you guys to stay strong through this. Stay strong through this, because remember, we have such a great opportunity to share with people, and we got to stay consistent with that. And just because maybe people aren't responding as much, it doesn't mean we have to pitch them harder. The challenge is connect more with what's going on in their world, and understand that, as my life has gotten a little frazzled, honestly, with kids and activities, and, a couple days of long Zooms, and I got a long weekend. But what I want to encourage you guys is stay strong, stay consistent through it, and just know that we do have opportunities for people. Okay. Talking about challenges, Meredith talked about that. I talked to Cruz Adams about it, and this is I'm going to make sure that starting on July 6th, that is Monday, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, July 6th, and that leads right into, and I know Courtney Tant posted about it in Body by Design, leading into celebration. And I would love for us, as many people as we can get together. If you have challenges going on, great. Don't let me hold you back from that. But I would love to see as many people involved in challenges starting on July 6th through July 17th. How many can we do? How many people can we get involved? And that's what I want to plant the seed and talk a lot about, next week. I would love that. I think it's a great right after the holiday. It's kind of right into celebration. The timing is just phenomenal. And so that's what I'm gearing up. I mentioned with Cruz the other day when we were doing our power hour, really making a men's focused one. So I'm going to focus on that. I would love for you guys, any little different genre, whatever you want to be, look at those challenges going into celebration, using that to really create excitement and community, and you just develop all that stuff. All right. So that's planting a seed. Would love to talk more about that next week. Julie, yes, they have one planned for July 6th. It's just a great time to do it. Okay. The last thing I want to share with you guys is a bit of unfortunate news. So I learned early this morning, that the plant-based shakes are currently unavailable. I don't have a timeline on those. I am working at it. Once I find it, I will update in Impact Makers, let you guys know. I know they're currently unavailable. That is only for a la carte orders. As far as I understand, it's still available for auto ship, still available for new orders. So if someone orders a new value pack, as I've been told, plant-based is still available, just not to buy a la carte, okay? The other thing is the IsaBlender is not available a la carte as well. I've heard some discrepancies. It should be available in some packs. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the Pro Mix. I don't have the exact answer there, but I want to just make you guys aware. And here's the crux of it, all right? And this is something I know that I had brought up personally in conversations with Travis Ogden many months ago. And, it's some of this stuff is unforeseen. Some of it is, let me just give you a clue into my previous career. My previous career was a consultant in commodity markets, and so I did a lot of logistics. And so, if you wanted to have something delivered to you today, that was actually ordered 6 months ago. And that was put into place 6 months ago. And that's just the way it happens. And so when you have ripples, those ripples can affect. And so I know right now, the blenders that Isagenix has in stock right now, they probably ordered last, September. And so as they project out, well, how many orders are we going to have? And, what's the typical timeline? If we need to reorder, how long does it take to get us? And now all of a sudden with the COVID, with what's happened in China, everywhere else, China right there, got a new background in case you guys didn't know, that things just, we're going to have to learn to flux with this. And I know that's not comfortable. It's not what you want to hear. But I just, from my supply chain, history, yes, Julie, this is going to be our world. And it doesn't mean that it's like, hey, tough. No, I think it's to where as a leader, it's how do we pivot? How do we go through that and say, you know what, this is what I'm going to bring to, corporate. It's like, hey, you know what? All right, we can't have the IsaBlender. Shh, there's nothing special about the IsaBlender. Go buy yourself a Ninja. All right. And I know that isn't the same as someone getting it, but what can we do? Maybe as a leader, say, hey, you know what? The IsaBlender isn't there. I'm going to overnight you a Ninja from Amazon. I'm going to do that because I'm going to do that. And that's something that I want to bring up. But to me, that's a leader. Is that putting shade on anyone? No, I'm just having these ideas right now. And at the same point, I think that goes to show the over-the-top customer service. And that's what we need to do. And so that's something I understand and realize when it comes to plant-based. I don't have a situation, we'll work through that. But just understand, get over the next 6 months, our life inside of Isagenix, outside of Isagenix is going to see more of these hiccups. And that's just understanding what we've gone through, what we're going through in regards to, shipping and production and all of those factors. And it's unfortunate. And it's just, our attitude is going to determine how everyone else looks to it. If we get frustrated, if we get upset, if we're like, how did they do this? Where did they fall wrong? As opposed to, you know what? Okay, what do we do next up? How do we fix this? How do we make the most of it? And I believe that is, if we have that attitude, man, people are going to feel that and they're going to be like, oh yeah, I get it. You know what? Okay, what can I do to make this up? I would gladly, if I enroll someone on a value pack and I know I'm going to have $100 PIB. Now, granted, understand, yes, this is a business. And you got to understand a business. I'll spend $35 to send them a Ninja off of Amazon because I know that's the good thing to do from a customer point of view, because they're going to look at it like, wow, he went above and beyond to make sure that I was taken care of, that I had a great experience. Man, that speaks volumes to me. And so I know I would do that. I know I would do that if I was just enrolling today. And, because I would look at it, what's the difference between a $65 PIB or $100 for, giving someone a great customer experience. And so I share that with you guys as encouragement. I don't know if that's a solution or option. I'm just throwing stuff out that I'm thinking of. All right. And so that's my encouragement, is to, roll with it, roll with the best. And, one of the things that I've kind of learned through, I guess, my years of corporate and business is ultimately the responsibility lies on our shoulders. We can expect as much as we can, but that the closest relationship to every single consumer of Isagenix is the associate closest to that. It's not Eric Coover. It's not Jim Coover. It's not Sharon Walsh, Travis Ogden, any of the other corporate team. It's us. And so when they think of Isagenix, they think of you. And so what are you doing to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go above and beyond because that's what's important to me. And I know when that is done in, the right way, that always kind of transcends and it falls back to where corporate's like, yeah, you know what? That's the right thing to do. How do we make that up? And so that's my encouragement in regards to the out of stock issues. Again, some of those don't have a perfect answer. Those are just my thoughts. Challenges. Yeah, let's talk about it next week. Let's get those lined up. Who's got them? Different ideas, so forth and so on. Really shooting for the July 6th. I think it's a great. You'll see more stuff from me in regards to as I talk to Cruz and the other guys from a standpoint of doing a guys-based challenge. I think it'd be phenomenal. And want to see, we really, stay strong and drive that momentum going into Celebration, because I know there's a lot of good stuff coming at it. I know yesterday, if you guys missed it, we saw the email come out with the different breakouts, and there's kind of a flow chart to where you can find it. My encouragement, this is just for me, is that the leadership applies to everyone, not just if you're an experienced network marketer. I've tried to stress that on them. I'm the one who did it, so I know that's what it is. So that's what I got for you guys this morning. If I'm a little, I've had a couple e-shots, a BIA. I've been up for almost 6 hours, and it's the West Coast, but it's all good. And there is not a graphic yet, Michelle. I need to work on that and get that out. I will get something coming for you. Anyway, so thanks so much for joining. I apologize about being a little bit late, but I'm glad that you guys had the opportunity to join. How do we plug men into your group? Again, it's going back to Fuel. That is the group. I can make sure I post the group link here. I will do that as soon as I get off this Zoom, so you guys can get guys plugged into Fuel, and that way can make sure that they have a home. And make sure that they have a home that they can go to and feel supported and connected. So that's what I got. It's Friday. Have a great weekend. See you guys back here on Monday, bright and early, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern, 12 Atlantic. Yeah, 5 Hawaiian. I gotcha. All right, guys. Have a great